Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
I hope you like that song, because you're going to listen to it again. I'm really, really sorry. Give me a sec.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I follow only golden, 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 golden things. Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden. I follow only golden, 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 golden things. Golden, I follow only golden, golden, golden things.
But yeah, that's enough of that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Thank you for being here. Hello from me and the ferret, the gremlin of gremlins. Hello ferret, how's it going? Oh dear, no, shit. No, okay, bye. All right, thanks for coming. Hopefully you've all had a nice stream. I need to remember to log in occasionally and then trim the beginnings, because if something's going to go wrong, invariably it's going to be right at the start. Oh, hang on. I guess that's why people do checks of equipment. I don't. I test everything in production. How's it going, everyone? How are you all? Hello. This is the first stream, technically, the first stream starting in the new year, unless you are Australian or New Zealander, in which case this is the second one. But there's no need to be autistic about it. I just thought I'd get that out before someone else does. How are we all? How's everything doing? How are things? Oh, I've just noticed one of my blahages literally looks how I feel right now. It's like this. just sitting like that, like this. Yeah, that's how today is. That's just because I'm unwell a bit, you know. There's so many respiratory diseases going around from people and their icks. How's it going? Yeah, testing production. Well, it's not quite that. It's just a case of time. And I hope for a considered, wonderful, calm life, but it'll never happen. I mean, it might do, to be honest. It might do. I need to drop my speakers down because that's going to cause a problem with audio. Things will be better in a few months. But this is what it's like. This is transitioning. Life, not gender. How's it going, everybody? Melatonin, is that working out for you really well, Nikki? Tell me about it. Tell me all about it. I have spent like 12 hours asleep according to my watch, but honestly, it feels like 2. How's everyone? Who's here? Liz, yeah, I'm doing. I mean, you know, there's no way to speed these things up and make them go away, is there really? Pharmaceuticals can only do so much. Tea is powerful, but there is a limit as to how powerful it can be. Life transitions, yeah, Yannicka, I know you understand very well, in fact. Yeah, but eventually what happens is things calm down and settle a bit. It does happen. It's just we never get to where we want, where we imagine things being. That's the difficulty. Get yourself some tea, everybody. At least we don't have a tea emergency. Winter depression. You know, I have a thing that can be helpful for that. It's all of these things like grabbing that like 1 to 2% buffs. But I've noticed a little side effect of having video lights. Hang on a second. I've got like, yeah, there's a little bit of cat fluff on my glasses. I need to order my contact lenses, but I keep forgetting. To be fair, it's giving my eyes a nice prolonged rest, which is good, I guess. Yeah, the side effect of having like video lights is if you spend like half an hour in front of a big light panel or a big light, it's quite daylight, like cool coloured. It really helps. I find it sort of kickstarts your body into thinking, oh, it's daytime now. That's a bit fake, I know, but you know, what can you do? Calmol tea. Calmol tea is good. Tylenol. Well, I mean, I've never had a Tylenol, but I've had plenty of paracetamol. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen, depending on where you are in the States, I guess. See, I'm getting there. There's a YouTuber called Evan, who's American but lives in the UK, and he makes videos about the cultural differences. And he recently posted one about language. You know, and how language, the big language sort of divide between the use of words in Britain versus America, North America. And it's a fascinating watch. It's well worth having a watch, everyone, if you can. It applies to Canada as well. Last time I was in Canada, I got confused for being a building contractor. Do I look like a building contractor? I am. I was an IT contractor. A contractor means like trades in Canada, and I presume in the US as well. I watch Evan's videos really fun. Yeah, me too. I not only watch his videos because he's a nice channel to have in the background and I learn stuff, but also you look at least like a building contractor. I know they were very surprised. I'm like, yes, I've been a contractor for like, I don't know, what, like 10 years at the time? And people were very surprised. I don't look like... Mike looks like an engineer, and in brackets, parentheses, not train. Sorry, that's really funny. Yeah, we have so many word differences. I thought solicitor was interesting. Never heard of Evan Edinger. He's a YouTuber. He's American, moved to the UK. His partner is a solicitor, which to me means like a lawyer, you know, like works in the legal profession. Solicitors tend not to represent you in court though. So solicitors do all the stuff like household conveyancing, you know, buying and selling property, land, all that sort of shit, right? Whereas solicitor in the US is like going door to door selling stuff, like soliciting, or soliciting like like prostitution, I suppose. But like, that's quite an interesting. It's quite an interesting sort of dynamic. But yeah, I just remember telling people, you know, in North America and Canada that I'm a contractor. Well, at the time I was a contractor, working sort of self-employed, freelance, I suppose, a freelance software engineer. And it's like, you're a contractor. Listen, what made it really confusing is that at the time, at that particular time, I was a contractor in the construction industry. So I was working in construction and I was a contractor, and it really just, I got some really weird looks. And it took ages, you know, to kind of soliciting donations, selling towards the door. I like a charity kind of worker, so a solicitor could be like somebody shaking a can or something on a high street, fundraising. Honestly, I actually listen to his channel maybe a little bit more attentively, and I'm acutely listening to him because I don't want to fuck up here on YouTube in that most of the people will fix your house. I wouldn't even know where to start, Matsukaze. It's like weird looks, but it's not to a job title. Yeah. So anyway, it's like I don't know what to say. But I just want to make sure, because most of my viewers are American, and Canada ranks right up there as well. And I just don't want to like accidentally offend everyone. It's okay. It's at the risk of having people in my comment section say, "But Mike, you're British." My partner's a general contractor, building and remodeling. Ah, okay. So we would call that a builder. Do you? This is meant with no disrespect, but have any of you in the US seen Bob the Builder? Do any of you have the cartoon, the children's program Bob the Builder? Because we have, like, a builder is like a contractor who, what can I say, a contractor again, Americanisms. Sorry, just a quick little diversion. A lot of people, this doesn't happen so much to me anymore, but especially last year I had quite a lot of comments going, "Mike, you're British. Mike, you're British." Oh, Bob the Builder is in America. Oh, wow, okay. Obviously it's a cartoon, and so there's a limit as to how much we can push this. But we don't have Bob the general Jansen beat me to the punchline, which is like, we don't have Bob the general all-round tradesperson. So we would call, and I don't mean that in a very general way. So builders are often like carpenters. They're very good at masonry work. Can turn their hand to like roofing as well, tiling, that sort of stuff. That's kind of like what we would call a builder. But we wouldn't call them a contractor. We wouldn't call them Bob the general contractor. So it's like Bob the Builder. It's incredibly skilled work. Give me a second. I just need to turn on Do Not Disturb. Because Do Not Disturb is essential. Or I'm going to get, interrupted by notifications, which is not great for thinking. Yeah, so people go, "Hey, Mike, you're British." And it's like, yeah, I know. I last I checked. But most of the people watching are American. So I'm just trying to be as understood as possible, because although we have the same words, we use them differently sometimes. It is confusing. I can see you've not met my landlord. General contractors in the US typically engage all forms of the trades. Yes. Yeah. That's also true in the UK, although we don't call general contractors. I think general contractor and builder are equivalent, but I could be completely wrong. All I know is that contractor in the UK typically means freelancer, typically means IT worker, tech worker, typically implies software engineer. Just so you know. Bob the general contractor arranges the masonry registrations. Yeah, exactly. As general contractor, my partner does supervising, ordering. Oh, we wouldn't call them. All right, and hires carpenters. Oh, right, Lissa. So we wouldn't call that a general contractor, or we wouldn't even call that a builder. We would call that a surveyor over in Britain. So the person that does the work that Lissa's just listed there is a surveyor, sometimes called a quantity surveyor. Where's the white hat on the building site? Ashley, the IT guy at work here is a contractor. Yes, that is how it is in the UK. I just realised Post and Pat's song has been a verbal stim of mine for a long time. Oh yeah, 100%. It was designed to be not just a verbal stim, but like an earworm with barbs for teeth. Here, a surveyor is one that does all the measurements. Yes, that too. The survey will also produce like things like the list of materials or the bill of materials. Survey here is somebody that measures, maps, sometimes designs. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it's architect work. It's kind of like crossing over a little bit there. We also call it personal project manager. Yes, but the project manager could be anyone, as in like it's not a registered title. So for example, a project manager can just be someone that's good at managing. They could come from a completely different trade and then come in and step into that role. And I'm not saying they don't need to know anything, but they'll typically be using software, right, to manage a lot of the project. Estimator does the bill of materials. Yeah, estimators do the bill of materials, true. Bob the general contractor does the role for time as well. Okay, what I'm getting from this is that we are more or less along the same lines, with the exception of builder and contractor, because we don't use contractor really. What we use, okay, so I can be very explicit here and say that the contractor in the UK actually doesn't apply to person. It applies to the company itself, right? So when you say contractor in the UK construction industry, that's the company that's got the contract to do the work, right? And they will then subcontract stuff out to other smaller companies to do the various bits and pieces. So we have contractor and subcontractor. But that just implies, you know, up the pipeline and then down the pipeline. But like contractor is not like a person. And I suppose I say for solicitor, because solicitors don't solicit anything, do they? Maybe Americans have it right, and the Brits have it wrong. Because solicitors don't solicit anything. A subcontractor does building work underwater. No, a subcontractor works on submarines, obviously. Yeah. If none of you know, we're talking about the difference between American English and British English. But also, Evan, good YouTuber, really interesting. The subcontractor is also called a subcontractor only it's because it's like relative. So the subcontractor is also a contractor, but only if they are subcontracting out work. So here, Mike, when partner gets the client, signs a contract, and then hires mostly subcontractors. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Okay. So the confusion is the word contractor then, as in like when it's applied to a person, like an individual, like an you know. So you can't have Evil Bear Skirmish. This is a very cool name, also in a fantastic password. Hello back to Germany. Don't dox yourself, but whereabouts in Germany are you from? We have a lot of Germans. We have a lot of Europeans and a lot of Germans in the chat. Also, hello from Germany. See what I mean? We use independent contractor for freelancers, but also independent contractor, but also huge corporations to do with. He's independent contractor. only in the building and construction trade? Or is it, could you be an accountant? Could you work in healthcare? Can you be a nurse working an overtime relief contract and still be called a contractor? Because you can in the UK. That is also a contractor. If you're hired by the guy who hired blah 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 blah, you're just one sub. The general contract is building term. Okay. Interesting. Anyone who works on contract is a contractor. Yeah. That's how we do it too. Although weirdly, I don't think that's the term used for like Uber drivers. Independent contractor is all round. Okay. Ah. Okay. Thank you. Do you know what? Where have you all been all my life? If I could have just pulled a bunch of you into that very bizarre conversation that I had in 2005 in Canada. Admittedly, it was only a few miles from the American border, but if I could have just... Because people are kind of obsessed with what you do for a living. It's like usually the number one question. In any sort of like new group sort of scenario, which is what this was. And I just said it because it was just easier. I just said, oh, I'm a contractor. That's it. Nothing. You don't know anything about me. I'm just a contractor. You know what I mean? Like, hey, my name's Mike. I'm a contractor. Next. And then it's like, what? You're a builder. You know, you built it. And it's like, no. Shit. What have I now said? What the fuck have I now said? Oh God. That's the purpose of the conversation, right? That's where my brain is. I need to not just turn back time, but I need to pull you all, I suppose against your will, into this group to explain and translate. Do you know what I mean? You know, where people like, it wasn't really like a sit down in a circle kind of thing, but it was, you know, psychologically, you know, people want to know what you do. Do you know something? I don't think I've ever asked anyone in my life what they do. I think I've managed to get through 4 decades of life. Actually, it's not a complete 4 decades, is it? 3 decades of life. Without actually asking people what they do for employment or for money or for whatever. I think it is quite possibly Yannicka, thank you very much. Enjoy your dinner. The back of my head, I'm just like, I don't think it's if people want to say whatever, or I suppose what their occupation, what someone's occupation is, could be interesting in that, like maybe like why they chose it or whatever. But once gone, yeah. Well, do. You kind of IT software engineer. I did, yeah. I did. I brought that in. I'm like, yeah, it's an IT contractor, software engineer. I think the reason why I went off the wall was at the time I was contracting for construction companies. So I'm like, yeah, in construction. So it's like really it just made things like second level confusing. You see someone for a long period of time, and they ask how I've been. Yeah. Turning 40 means you've done 4 decades. Yeah, well, the first decade is kind of like not finished until 10 to 19. So 10 to 19, you've done 1 decade. 20 to 29, you've done 2 decades. I don't know if asking people for living. Do you know what? My brain is churning, and it's not really. It's like a cold combustion engine, and it's just barely turning over. Mike can't do maths. What do you mean? If you are 9, then you have not done a decade yet. Birth till 9 is 0. You haven't done a decade yet. The decade only clicks in once you hit your 10th birthday. And you've done it. So you're 11 years old. You've done 1 decade. You're 12 years old. You've still done 1 decade. What to do the maths? Divide by 10. But you can't count the rounding. It's just the integer. Yeah, well, 12. You see, Shoykler, you see, I wouldn't say 1.2 decades. It's actually 1 decade, right? Eats the trout. Yeah, you could do a slap trout on IRC, Doogie. If that's what you're talking about. Yeah, my head hurts too, actually. Look. Asking your job is a way to establish your class identity to see who is superior. I think that is cynical, DJ. I think you might be right. I think there is... I think you're right. I think it is a cynical way to look at it. I think that it's a... asking people their occupation or what they do for a living or whatever. Oh, so what do you do? Is often the way it's put. It's just like a cultural pastime. It's just like a piece of mindless small talk, right? It's a really bad way to start a conversation, incidentally. There's nothing to hook onto to kind of like build a bridge or whatever. So I think it's mostly that. But it is also a way of seeing how you fit into, you know, or how useful you might be. There is... Listen, asking jobs is just a way to establish connection. I think it's quite a bad way to do it. But yeah, I think that's how... I think it's just pastime people get into. But I do also think that there is a decent group of people that want to know how useful you'll be to them. Either they don't want a insert occupation here, or they don't have a position for that, or they're looking for something. They're looking for someone to do a thing. Ask people what their favorite dinosaur is. Yeah, I've done that. I've literally done that. Because no one wants to know after a while, you know. I hate the question because I don't have a job and dropped out of uni. I'm in forces, you're interested, sound like an artist. But I don't feel like I can claim that title as a job. Well, you're freelance, right? But yeah, I think people do. I say people. It's quite a wide general brush here, but I think depending on the situation, there is a lot of okay. So how much time should I spend with you versus someone else? Kind of. There is a little bit of hierarchical sorting that has to happen. I literally don't give a shit. But then, you know, I do find some people more interesting than others for sure, but you know, that's what their interests, hobbies are. Yeah, I tend to say, what do you do for fun? You know, what are you into? I think that's probably... if any of you wanted, you could steal those quotes. You just go ahead and use them. We possibly should do a small talk code. He hinted at it at the end of his last video, Evan. But I think I might, you know, run with that idea a little bit at some point. You know, got like openers. There's like different levels, right? Just how people are retired, it would generally confuse the heck out of them. Yeah, I started doing that where yeah, for the same reason, almost trolling. When I was doing a lot of animal shelter voluntary work. I was younger too, and it did confuse them. I wasn't retired, but you know. I've never asked anyone what they do for work. But you've been asked it though, haven't you? Must have done. It's like one of the two possible starting points for a conversation, with a stranger. It's right up there. If you say you're a person of independent means, people will think that you're like super affluent and almost get a bit judgy in a weird kind of way as well. I actually had a guy ask me last week what I did for a living. He was there to change a dead battery in my car. AAA, we had him 73. I think that might have just been small talk that just fell. But that is quite funny. People tend not to ask women. You reckon? Okay, interesting. All right, okay. The fun bit is getting asked when you're unemployed. Yeah, I suppose so. I think depends if you're more or less likely to be around people if you're in an unemployed phase. I say phase as in like state, not phase as in career. That's more of a conversational question, not a judgmental question. Yeah. What are you into? What do you like doing? I keep getting told to get a real job, but only part-time isn't real. Yeah. Ashley, most of my freelance IT career, I was told the same thing, so don't worry about it. It was super frustrating and annoying for like a couple of decades. What do you think people think about making videos for YouTube? It's considerably... It's not a phase. Yeah, for sure. That's what I mean. When employees say sorry, I was just like, I'm signing an NDA. Yeah. I think if somebody asks me what to do for a living, I'm an expert in mental health problems. Hoping one day I can work for Big Moomin. That's quite funny. Big Moomin. To be fair, actually, the Moomin brand / TM is a thing. Like that really is. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody's making all of those calendars and books and merch, and you know what I mean? Like absolutely. I had a walk around recently where a plumber came over and asked me what I do. I was So when he asked me, oh, do you know so-and-so? Turned out my best friend is my ex-boss. Oh, wow, okay. His best friend is my ex-boss. Wow, interesting. Yeah, you might have to emigrate to Finland to work for Big Moomin. I met a guy who said he was an artist. Turns out he was too embarrassed to admit he was a landlord for a few hundred properties. Interesting. Interesting dynamic. It's weird, isn't it? It's one of those weird questions that there is no right answer to it. I lived in Finland for 2 years, and the amount of Moomin merchandise there was ungodly. Is it really? What do you do for a living, Moomins? Technically isn't alive. They don't pay me. It is what I live for. Oh. That's amazing. There must be. I don't even know what Big Moomin is, but yeah, Moomins are. I don't know about everywhere. I definitely see them more. There is that cognitive bias in my mind now where I do see Moomin merch now. I haven't seen it on anyone, but then I do see a lot of people. But I've seen it in shop windows, you know? I'll see a little Moomin in a shop window and my brain will clock it before I've even realised I've seen it. Do you know what I mean? Moomins are a classic kids franchise when it's popular somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. I hate those questions that don't have a right answer. Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, hey, I think it's interesting. Yeah. No one talks to me about YouTube, which is quite good. It sort of ends conversations. I have a yellow Moomin figurine somewhere. A yellow one? They're cute and original looking. Yes. I've seen Moomin stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I can spot Moomin stuff. I think if I really wanted to see Moomin stuff, TK Maxx is quite good. You'll occasionally see a Moomin thing in there. Waterstones, the bookshop. That is like 100% ground zero for Moomin. If you want to see Moomin, just walk into the Waterstones. I don't know much about movements. I haven't seen them except in autism-related discords. Yeah. I will also let you know that the scratching post is ground zero for autism movement as well. That's where it spreads from. If you have Nitro, you can use the server stickers and emojis else on other servers. And that's how they spread. It's like an infection. You could model it. Some smart researcher somewhere could model it. Waterstones, not Waterstones. Waterstones. Yeah, it's a weird. You've seen it on Megs because it's been contaminated from the scratching post. That's why it's on the antisocial place club, not place. That sounds rude. That sounds rude. I had to look up what Moomin was. They're so cute. Yeah, the Moomins are incredibly cute. You know, marshmallow hippos. That's what they are. The talking marshmallow hippos. You've got GIF Nitro. In which case, you can use the Moomin emotes from the scratching post elsewhere. We see them more often, kind of like the red shoes thing. Yeah, exactly. So anything you learn about, or you learn about the existence of, or you're really into, which I think applies to everyone, every human, but it feels like neurodivergent brains are particularly susceptible. But I don't even know how you would experiment on that, short of massive self-report surveys, you know, that kind of study, observational thing. I think we spot things that are related to our interests, you know, quite readily. Like Charlie, for example, can probably knows about the location of every Moomin-related piece of merch within a 10-mile radius. Can probably, like, wall hacks, you know, can probably see through walls and see that like a Moominous glow through a wall, and go, oh, there's a Moomin over there. There's another one over there. That's what I mean, right? Like we just spot stuff, which is why we see things that we're interested in or that we're looking for. It's a bit of a, I don't know why our brains do it. There's obviously a reason, or it's neutral. There's obviously like a reason, but maybe it comes back to the long dark, or it's associated with our reptilian brain. Who knows? Who knows? Just the way it is. Yeah, sometimes if I'm driving, it's the worst. Like if I'm getting like in or out of the car or something like that, I'll often see a cat, usually Saber or maybe Hydra or something, like in the car, and I think, shit, they've snuck in, and no, they haven't. It's just my brain. It's literally just my brain. The mug is available in the merch store. I love my special interests. Can't imagine being neurotypical and not having those interests. Well, it'd be a hobby. So, as an example, you pull out, say, a board game at Christmas and then maybe pack it away again. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's all on the down low. You know what I mean? But I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Jansen. I agree with you. I wouldn't want to be different. All I wanted really is, well, obviously the best time to know, for example, that you're autistic or ADHD or is now. Well, the best time to know is like ages ago, but the second best time is now. I'm not saying this applies to everyone else knowing. I'm actually glad that my parents didn't push for a diagnosis when I was younger. That would have been really shit for me. So yeah. So I could do someone to people our special interest. True, yeah. Actually, you know, it's formally, although these things change over time, but formally there are four types. It's essentially it's category B, isn't it? B1, 2, 3, 4. One of those is perseverative interest type stuff, and obviously you don't need it to even have a formal autism diagnosis. That's true. £18 kilo, 17.8 kilo, 39 pound board game. What the hell? I don't know if I was anything pinkish trying about making friends. Yeah. There's quite a lot of misunderstandings about autism. I used to have loads of them. I think the cool way to say it now is I have internalized something. But you know, but basically, you know, just I think possibly a better way to say that, and it's a bit less loaded, is just I believed some crazy shit about autism in the past. Obviously, my mind map is a great example of that. Actually, if you look at that mind map video. You don't have a go at younger Mike if you do look at the mind map or whatever. But there's stuff in there that it's just based on misconceptions or preconceived ideas, or internalized ableism is a thing, but I wouldn't say that was what I was talking about. I wonder if someone without special interest is likely to be burnt out. RJ, Red Gen. You know what? Actually, it's super interesting. Someone without it's a deep interest, right? For flow and for recharging and so on, right? What do they do to charge? Interesting idea. Was an interesting study there, isn't there, for someone? None of this shit exists, by the way. We can only guess. Helen, no, nothing's arrived yet. But to be fair, we have had snow and ice, and we've had nothing. We had a Christmas card arrive today from someone in England. And what's that? It's Tuesday, 6th of Jan. So there's definitely something going on with the post office that slowed shit up in a big way. But we've had all kinds of stuff. The island has been a standstill for 2 days. So it possibly is somewhere soon. Maybe. Speaking of which, Helen, do you happen to have a couple of shiny stickers? I sent you this one, and I sent you this one. You should have those in the post too. If you don't have them, then there's definitely Christmas posty stuff going on. It's in a blue. It's in a light blue padded envelope. So have a little look. See if you find it. See if you see it. Charlie, you haven't received them yet. They got posted. It's been a while. It's been a while now. Like, yeah, you should have got them. They went like what would ordinarily be next day delivery. Not tracked, but you know what would ordinarily be next day delivery. Helen, yeah. There's an issue. We have proven there's an issue with the raw mail here. You know, if you're on this, this is like not internal politics. It's the wrong term to use. It's not politics, but like, this is like an internal matter here for the Autisticats. But if you look and see in the Hydrates channel, you'll see Wendy posted her shiny stickers. If you look there, you'll see them. You'll see Wendy got hers. Like, you guys like in the UK should have received yours like the same day would have been nice. But the next day, because they go out on the airplane. Oh, that's a point actually. Our runway has been frozen. So I think it's possible the flights haven't gone out. So they might go out tonight, I think. I happen to know that our runway has been frozen. So yeah, that could be it. That could be why. But if the runway's frozen, they should go out on the boat. We're all a little bit. Sorry, this is all like internal admin, Autistica admin stuff. Down south, Charlie. Our runways are frozen on both language. Yeah, sorry everyone. This is quite funny. If you want to know what the fuck I'm talking about and what people in the chat are talking about, you got to be on the Discord. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you look on the Discord, you'll see. Yeah, I hope Facebook comes. Yeah, definitely. And Helen, thank you so much for sending something. I'm aware of a couple of other things that have been posted to me as well. So there's stuff in the system. There's stuff in the postal system. We didn't have snow like the Netherlands. It was more like hail. So we had like... Nina ended up doing like a 30-hour shift, by the way. She went to work and didn't come back. She's back now. But yeah, it was a bit touch and go. Some strangers helped her tow a car. And yeah, the whole island has been like a massive standstill. So basically what happened is, and it's a bit of a, quote unquote freak storm, right? So it's like a really unusual thing, but about 5 a.m. we had a massive hailstorm. So we had like a massive hailstorm and everything got covered in like a thick layer of ice. So it wasn't like a winter wonderland with lovely snow, although we had that too. That came afterwards. The snow's not the problem, but it was this thick layer of ice. And then what happened is during the day, it melted a bit and then it refroze again and then we had more. So we just had thick ice everywhere. Yeah. This is an interesting little problem. So we think of this. I think we sent this all over to you. Yeah, maybe it's just like an ice storm as opposed to like a snowstorm, because snow's kind of pretty, right? And it kind of wafts about. But this stuff is just like here are the ice cubes you ordered. Just you know what I mean? It's just like thick hail. Pets and hydrates, not all wonder are lost. If you look in pets and hydrates, you'll see this. You'll see the shiny stickers, which I will talk off. I'll mention. I'll talk about it again. I have another video planned that I meant to get out on New Year's, but it hasn't even been done yet. And that's because I'm currently working on a video about Oh gosh. I don't want to say. Or should I say I do want to say, but I also want it to be a surprise. I see it too, yeah. So those ones weird for tiny styrofoam balls. Yeah! It felt like a simulation. Yes! Yes! The snow, yes. We had that. We had like really weird styrofoam ball kind of icy snow. Like the hail was like perfectly formed into beautiful styrofoam balls. Yeah. Beads. Oh my god! There's supposed to be a beads giveaway. Right. I have... Right. Okay, hang on. Wait 1 second. I need to get a fresh cup of tea in a sec. I've got... It's here in my bag. I've been carrying around this bead. Hang on. Okay, I got it. Okay. I didn't want to lose the beads. But this one, I've lost one bead. I've lost one of the beads. I've lost one of the beads, everyone. I have 2 beads to give away. One of them is missing. So we have 1 bead to give away. There is but 1 bead. Okay? From my Opalite video. This is the bead from my Opalite video because it's the one from my bag. The other bead that was here, because the beads were separated, is missing. I have bead. I'll put it here as a reminder. And we'll make the bead giveaway a bit better as well with like maybe one of the holographic stickers as well. Anna stole it. Anna could easily have... That could 100% easily have happened. If it's in the vacuum robot, it's gone. It'll be gone if that's true. I think it would clog the vacuum robot actually, but then again, it's got a hole in it, so If you buy more beads, you'll probably find the lost one. Why is life like that? All the time, like. The bead is ferret. Yeah, it's probably his ferret that moved that, honestly. I will be by the way, I'll be doing a posty run this month for those that have supported on cat tier or tiger tier for a year. You will get your stickers. They'll probably start arriving early Feb, but I'll make a post about it. I'm still getting things organized. I have a big to-do list on my desk. It's right here in my little bee book. Look. Yes, it's bees. Bees everywhere. I have it in there. Bead giveaway. Yes. Oh, also order new contact lenses, which has been there for a long time. Oh yeah. And then Patreon. I believe in Patreon I can like make a new custom field and then use that to track the stickers. I will do that, but it hasn't been done yet. There have been a few things that I have to... Yeah. This is my, like... People use them for journaling. Sorry about the cat fluff. This particular cover just attracts cat fluff. So I have to roller it. But yeah, it's well, you can see the book on the chicken video. On the actual bees video, the beads video, I do show the book. But it's really nice. This is my favorite kind of paper. Like dot paper is my favorite paper. I love dot paper. Dot paper is amazing. And it's quite a thick paper stock. I usually get a thinner, like they sell different versions. And I usually get the one that's like a thinner stock. But I thought I'd go for the thick stock this time around. I don't think I need it. It's not like I'm like doing drawing or art on it or anything. Oh, it's called Dingbats. Not sponsored. I shouldn't really be showing shit if it's not sponsored because, well, whatever. So basically, they do all of these different like journal types. They're all vegan. I don't know what makes them vegan, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I suspect it's because they're not leather. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say that it's just vegan because that's like saying chips are vegan. The glue, yeah, the glue, yeah, yes, could be, because glue is a tricky one often. So yeah, you get all these different designs. I've got most of these, so I'm just sort of, you know. So basically, I've got all of them. I've got the orange one, which is the Serengeti one, which is the tiger. I've got the underwater ones. I've got the deer. I'm just working. I've got the tiger one. Yeah, so just working my way through them. But I'd try a B1 this time round. Anywho, oh, hang on a second. 160 GSM, matte white paper, acid free. Yeah, fair enough. Other journals are available, but yeah, I like this one. Blah 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 blah. Vegan bees, yeah. So we have a bead. I've not taken this bead out of its little bag. I probably won't post it in the bag because it looks like drugs. So yeah, it probably won't be in this bag, but I'll put that giveaway up on the Discord. You know, the usual thing, you just click a button to enter the giveaway. Kitty Cat will pick you after. I want to do 24 hours because it gives people an opportunity that can't make this live stream because obviously the world doesn't what? The sun never sets on the autistic cats. That's what I'm trying to say. Time zones. It will be when I post it. I got the street garden cat stuck in my house. You got a cat in your house? A stray cat? Open a window. A door. As long as you're not on like a 4th or 5th floor. You'll be right. The floor store pens when you're half filled with ink now. Yeah, shrinkflation is such a thing. I'm gonna show you something that's kind of depressing. Okay, we'll do the half-hour break in a minute, but like it's a half-hour break, 2-minute break. See what's wrong with my brain? This is what being unwell does to me. Give me a sec. Actually, no, we'll do it. We'll do the 2-minute break, and then I'll see you in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere, okay? I'll be right back.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I follow only golden, golden things.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, Kylie. Okay, right. So, what I want to show you, I've got a fresh cup of tea. There we go. Okay, here we go. I want to show you this. 2 reasons. Shrinkflation. This is what I was talking about last week. I got some now. I influenced myself into buying a multi-pack. Not available separately, apparently. These are vegan. Look. Supreme prawn cocktail. I don't know what makes them supreme. They're the same as they always have been. It's just in a smaller bag. It's mostly air. They're in a smaller bag. But these are the ones you want. 25 grams of mostly packaging. It's like hardly any in there. But yeah, not chips. Notice? They're crisps. Does it say crisps on there? It doesn't say crisps on it. They are crisps, by the way, not chips. I'm looking for the word. There we go. When life gives you potatoes, make crisps. Okay, here we go. You can read it for yourself right here. See? Does that make crisps? I haven't yet recovered. From the tortilla chips last week. I didn't realize they were tortilla chips. As in, because I know what tortilla chips are. And you might see tortilla chips, you know, so packaged, you know, but I didn't realize the packet said tortilla chips on it. But yeah, Walker's Crisps. Yeah, there we go. See? Yeah. Crisps. So, 2 things. Prawn and vegan. And fucking tiny, right? Oh yeah, the cats like them too. Obviously, they're not for them. But yeah, I mean, they can obviously detect something. Where are we at? Crisps are crispy and crunchy. Chips are warm and come out of ovens and fryers. Yes, exactly. Yes. Toblerones. Oh yeah, Toblerones changed, and then they changed back because people got upset. Everything is shrinkflated now. Even like chocolate bars, they're so thin. They changed back, like Toblerone. They took out like every other pyramid, and then they put them back. But yeah. Hi, hey Ferret. This will get her. I'm just doing this for Ferret. You don't want a ferret, right? Ferret is here. Here she comes. Okay, let me just... Hi. This is a standard issue ferret. I'm just covering her decency there. She's not particularly decent girl. She's just wild. She's just a wild cat. She just happens to live here. But she's wild. She's not domestic. No. Boop. Okay. Standard, are you sure? No, it's like extra small, but it's standard issue. Oof. Oh, hello. Oh, this is Bruce, everyone. This is Bruce Almighty. Bruce. Where are your poor hearts going? Hey, Bruce. How's it going, bud? Yeah. This is Bruce. Look at his little back feet there. Hi. You comfy? Yeah, you comfy there. He's comfy. This is Bruce. Okay. Bruce will come straight back because Bruce eats everything. Bruce will even steal like whole slices of pizza and run off with them. I need to put the crisps away because Bruce will literally eat them. Right, stop, Bruce. It's bad for you. Okay, I've got Tosca now. Oh, we might have to Catmageddon. Tosca? Tosca's lovely. She doggy. Yeah. She's very large. Very large, heavy cat. Hello, hello. Yes, yes, yes. Hello. I know. Yeah. You're beautiful. You're beautiful, Tosca. Yeah. Tosca. Oh, this is a girl. Bruce is a boy. Tosca is beefy, yeah. Yeah. Tosca is very, very big. Cannot feel her ribs. Hang on, wait. Tosca, please don't do that. You're... she's a truck, that one. That was an unapproved cuddle. It's not... That was unapproved. And I have to put it down nicely, and then I've got Emma staring at me from the corner of the room, which is great. She can stare over there. Tosca is not shrinkflated. No, she's Mageddon. Tosca likes her food. Sorry. Tosca likes to have Tosca's dinner and then have everyone else's dinner as well. Yeah, she is a tortoiseshell. She is a tortie, yeah. Anna Ferret is just here looking very compact right now, doing slow blinks at me. Malin, welcome to the chat. I haven't seen your comment. I'm scanning with my eyes, but I can't see it. Welcome to the chat. If you had something to say, you have to say it again. That's not my way of making you extra engagement for the algorithm, but it doesn't hurt. You know? Oh, it doesn't hurt. That said, YouTube is a strange beast. Do any of the cats not like food? Nah, they all love it. It's quite handy actually because you can tell if a cat's refusing food that they're unwell. Cats are such a pain in the ass because they will hide. Cats are a weird... Like, the evolution of cats has been quite interesting insofar as they are predators or they are also prey. So they will also hide. Predators tend to not hide when they're injured, for example. But cats will hide injuries. And they can hide pain. And they obviously suffer, but, you know, they don't make it obvious. You've got to kind of look. It's a pain in the butt. But yeah, if they're off food, it's a good clue. It's a really good clue. Tosca's like Guinevere then with food. Oh yeah, they are sisters. They are, you know. But yeah, any sort of vulnerabilities, cats won't let on. It makes them slightly harder to deal with. Lissa, I'm sorry. Your cat is loved so much. Man's question was, does he have many cats? Thank you, Marcy. No, I wouldn't say I do. It's lower than 20. I think our high water mark was 22. Like the Taylor Swift song. But it's come down since then. George Carlin had a bit about cats hiding pain like gangsters. I would love to hear that because I've not heard George Carlin on cats like that. But that is a good metaphor. I was never off food, but I only eat half portion of food voucher meal. Oh yeah, they've all got like different eating styles and different eating strategies. Like some will be like that. Saber will not eat crazy fast. Bruce will eat. He likes to lick off all of the jelly and leave all of any lumps. So Bruce is like, I just want the jelly. Okay, Bruce. None of them like gravy. You can get like gravy cat food, and none of them like it really. I think some, if we put some down in a bowl, it'll be gone in a few minutes, and someone will have eaten it. But they're not that keen. They want jelly. Ferret, hello. Yeah, I see this is the packet, but I can't open it because it isn't actually for you. As in, it's like really salty and stuff. Yeah, it's really salty. It's like super salty. If you were to eat this, you'd probably be sick. It's very acidic and very sugary and very salty and very oily. I need to get some cat treats now. Behold the ferret. They think this is cat food, but I have also rustled it, like intentionally. They're kind of trained to the sound of it. Do your cats ever wear sunglasses? Rarely, but it does happen. I've encountered confusion about it in the past, so I thought it was good enough. Wait to get language differences. Yeah, Ashley, she does. This is exactly what she's saying. But it's not. And if I don't have it in my hand, she's going to steal it. You should see the dirty looks I'm getting. Open it. They also won't eat anything that looks like cat food, the brown cat food. They'll only eat tuna salmon for cats or tins of shredded chicken. Oh, I'm sorry, Helen. You've accidentally made them. You've accidentally trained them into being incredibly picky eaters. Good luck with that. I suppose as well, there is another interesting angle, which is that those cats will almost certainly want to eat off humans' plates and bowls as well. It's mildly easier plant-based because a lot of stuff the cats don't go hyper for. But if we had like a roast chicken or something in this house, could you imagine the just the explosion? Like they do get to eat like meat and stuff. Obviously, they are obligate carnivores. Eventually, hopefully, better alternatives will come on the market. Right now, not yet. Pets at Home are working on I think they're doing a lab-based meat. But yeah, in time, not far off time, but in time. I made the mistake of Neko some tuna while making salad last week, and now he's decided all meal prep must involve treats for him. I've created a monster. Yeah. It could be cat Arthur. Yeah. If he found him says he must be so much pain, he doesn't show pain to me, still cuddles and purrs, still eating and drinking. I don't know how we did it, but our cats don't beg for human food except for yogurt. Nice. Do we need to do a little mini Catmageddon? I say mini because I think they're nearly out of treats, you know. Right, give me a sec. Let me see which one of these buttons I can press. I can't press any of them really. I'll do a 2-minute break button while I hunt for treats. Okay, ready? Whoosh. All right, I'm not ringing the bell for this one. There'll be treats in other rooms, but I've gone to the treats drawer. And I have some churro bites, which are really high value, but they'll also all disappear in half a second, so... Whoosh, sorry. Right. These things. Okay, I have Bruce. He can have some private treats. I need to just move stuff. So if I don't... Royal Mail has lots of treats. Royal Mail is slow! Royal Mail is slow. No, I need to go out and get some more treats. We've been feeding cats a lot over, you know, the last sort of couple of weeks. Okay. Bruce is an old gentleman now, so he can have some first. Bruce, wait, I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to tease you, mate. The two tortoiseshells have noticed. The music mess has been brought to you by Tosca. Okay. This is a ferret. Tosca? Yeah, Tosca activated the ending theme. This is true. Here we go. Okay, I feel like I need to save some. Nina will know where the other treats are. Okay, and this is Dottie, by the way. We've got all three kittens here. I will go out tomorrow and get some more treats. Here, Dot. Oh, Bruce, there you go. Sorry, too slow. I don't know what to do about these kittens, man. They're a pain in the ass. They're a pain in the butt. Tosca has a private supply in a kilner. In a kilner. Okay. This is Tosca's treats. I've raided Tosca's treats. Sorry, Bruce. I know this is a bit harder for you because of your leg situation. Good luck. You've got this. What, Polly? Polly? That's Polly you're hearing. She's deaf. Bruce! How rude! Yeah, Bruce. Bruce. Bruce all slappy, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's Hydra. That's Hydra. Look, it's Hydra the cat. A very big cat, a very long cat. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. A bit fluffy. This is quite good for their brains because it makes them think. It keeps them active. It means they have to work for their treats. Okay, you're gonna need to not sit on that, Tosca. That's not for sitting on, Tosca. Move your butt. Tosca, move your butt. Tosca, move your butt. Right. Okay. Tosca is controlling the audio. Oh, there we go. That's better for lighting, isn't it? A bit of fill light. There we go.
Come on, soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push the pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things
Oh, that's Emma. This one hiding in the back there, that's Emma. I'll give her some treats in a sec.
Set aside every empty spreadsheet line and loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and mess around. Be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through. Today I've got better things to do. Okay, to leave a little bit undone. Be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun.
Emma is charging her spice level. That's what's happening. I feel like the cat in the sun will actually be the woman in the bed. Yeah. Valid.
Stretch out, lean back, be the cat. Stretch out, lean back, be the cat.
One second. Tosca bottom. Okay, what are we going to press? This one? Same thing, right? Okay, let's move this way a bit. Make some space. I've got Dotty! Got a full-size Dot here. Dot! Yes, good cat. Yes, mighty Dot. Look at that face. Look at that face, look. Look at that face. Look at it. What have you done with Kylie Daly? Oh. This ferret still from Emma. I didn't see anything, but honestly, just the fact that you were saying it, it's plausible. It's plausible.
Push a pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through. Today I've got better things to do. Okay, to leave a little bit undone.
That's Tosca again. Play the ending music.
Cat in the sun.
That's Tosca. Tosca started the ending music on top of the other music.
Set aside
Ah,
every empty spreadsheet.
Tosca, Emma. Okay, you getting angry? You angry at me? You did an angry face. Yeah,
Simmer down,
that's yours now.
settle back and
I think Tosca's just just got a lot of buttons to press. I don't know what to tell you. She just wants to press the buttons. Okay. Let me just place this down. Okay.
I will see the whole
What's that? So, okay, so we have, this is Dotty. Dotty, don't be rude. Dotty, we have guests. Be rude. So, Dotty. Rude. Dotty. Rude words. You can think them, but don't say them out loud. Dotty. Right, okay, fine. Put you down then. This is a Larry. There's one Larry. That's a Salem noise. Yeah, you know what? You know what? The black cats. They are. Yeah, something else. Ginger Boy is on the floor over there. I'll throw him some treats. He's being very introverted. This is Anna Ferret, who you all know. Anna Ferret is very present. Let me just try and pull her away from her treats. This is Anna Ferret. Okay. All right, fine. Maybe that did deserve a little swear. Rude. This is Princess Polly, Fluffybutt Castle. Polly, up. Oh, you can't hear me. You can see. This is Polly. This is Polly Head. This is Polly. Polly can't hear the swearing of the cats. Polly's quite polite, really, in that respect. But she's also a little bit. If neurodivergent is the right term to use, because she's because she can't hear the cats growling at her. She doesn't know. She can't hear anyone being rude. She has no idea. She's like very pretty. Yeah. Polly looks just like our white cat. Nice. White cat's very good. Does yours shed a lot as well? Is she deaf? Polly is deaf. Polly's like, regard my asshole. This is clean. Anna's like, we're busy over here, we're working. But Polly can't hear. Polly can't hear it being sworn at. She has no idea. What a nice life it must be. You just can't hear, the protestations of the other cats. Yes, Paul, yes. Okay. This, of course, is Hydra. You all know this one. The Hydra the cat. That was Emma. Okay, I'll put you down. There you go. Don't touch that! Thank you. Okay. We don't want to ban anyone, do we? Is she polytropic or monotropic? Neither. She has no brain. She's just. Does Polly have a saggy belly? Kinda, yeah. She's not had kittens. And yes, she does. Her primordial pouch. It's just her bum bag, or as some of you Americans might call it, a fanny pack. But don't ever say that in Britain. Just from me to you. You save yourself a great deal of consternation. Who's the biggest Hydra? Yeah, Hydra. Well, Tosca, I guess. I don't know. I think Hydra's pretty big. Dotty is gonna be the biggest, I think. I think Dotty will be the biggest. Oh, I cast the same, really? Oh. I can't even say it in the US now that I know. Yes, indeed, don't. You just never know who might be listening. I don't know why. What does fanny pack mean in Britain? It doesn't mean what you think it means. we call them bum bags. Look at this. Oh, sorry. Just been fishing. Yes, Polly, you can go for this one if you so choose. Look, I have mounted it above my head, which is not clever. Oh, I've got a Dotty on the other end of the line. I've got a dot. I don't know why. I don't know why she's so like moody and rude. Hang on. If I have band-aids all over my face on the next video, you now know why. Okay, okay. Why are you so rude? I don't understand the rudeness. You're so annoyed with everything. What's going on? You get it from your dad, definitely. No question. Hydra's boyfriend. I'm gonna catch him, you know. I'm gonna catch him. Subject him to a pile of autism screening questionnaires. No. I'm gonna catch him and find out what's going on. You're right, Polly. You can't hear me, can you? Polly gets talked to more than any of the other cats. But she just doesn't respond. She's just completely aloof. I wonder if it's not just a long con and she can hear everything. She just chooses not to respond to anything. It's beneath her. Maybe it's the evolution of catitude. Which are the cuddle buddies? Pretty much all of them you can get cuddles with, even Dottie. I mean, I've never, like, Dottie's never scratched me or anything, you know, not like in a mean way. But the noises that come out of that cat. Give him ABA therapy. What clicker training? The shock collar. I still get some weird shit on that ABA video, by the way. I'll read you the most recent comment from it, if you want. Do I even have it on here? I don't. I'm gonna read you the most recent comment. Okay, you ready for this? It says, "You Hull, all capitals, working for the same people who kill your people, clearly not knowing of eugenics, live the stupidity." All capital letters. Some emojis in there too. I can't do anything right. I can't do anything right. I can show it to you. Here you go. That's what it looks like. Come on, focus. You have to go find it yourself. It's just there. I'm expecting Eileen Lamb's gonna hunt you down after that video, Mike. Yeah, well, I know it's doing the rounds. I know it's doing the rounds amongst, you know, ABA practitioners and so on, because, you know, the emails have started. In fact, actually, I've had some really good. I've had some really good and some really thoughtful responses to that video from people in the industry. It doesn't change anything. No one's debunked it, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, there's no... I mean, I suppose you can take exception to some of my, I guess, creative decisions in the video. You can do that. Obviously, I have my own opinion, which you may not share, and that's okay, and that's valid. This week, someone said ABA got a bad press, and people hadn't looked into it properly. Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, people still say to me, that's not the ABA we do. That's not the ABA that we do. We're different. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. Can I tell you something? The majority of people who have reached out to me to email me or whatever, right? Okay. Were actually people saying, I work in the industry. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. I can't share the emails because I guess I can with permission or whatever. But, you know, I'm now going down a bit of a train I'm not expecting to go down. Oh, by the way, I did contact the BCAB and everything for their opinion and thoughts, and Kaylin's workplace. I emailed her and stuff, and no one replied to me. So it's not that I haven't given an opportunity to answer. I'm not saying I'm abiding by like journalistic codes and stuff. I'm not a trained journalist. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a software engineer, former Microsoft, former NHS, former construction, former contractor, right? I'm a software developer. I did computer science. I don't have. I'm not a journalist. I'm just applying the same principles. It means a lot to me, you know. But it's a really interesting. ABA is the wild west of healthcare. It's like the supplement industry. Yeah. There's like so many like. Oh, thanks. Right. This is being killed. This cat toy's now lost its tail. Okay. Well, it survived Halloween. This is quite a cool little plushie, by the way. It's quite a nice. Hey, pretty cool. I don't think it's as fun now for them. Yeah, it's. I'll tell you what I know of from the ABA industry, from what I've seen. Okay. They're all a little bit worried now because ABA is going to be affected by cuts to Medicare or Medicaid. I can't remember. I'm not saying these cuts are a good thing. They're not. But obviously it does affect ABA industry too, and they're getting upset about it. Yeah, hey ho. Medicaid, yeah, probably. A TikTok, by the way, you'll find some ABA clinic owners on TikTok talking about it. I think the thing that I find most annoying, like currently annoying, but it actually really gets under my skin a bit, is just that somehow ABA has marketed itself that that's what people think of when they think of autism support. When people talk about intervention, I don't like the term intervention, but it basically means early support. It's a terrible word. It comes from obviously like the cure medical narrative, but there is space for support. It's not ABA. This isn't my words. Someone came up with this analogy, but I like it. It's that a dog growling, teaching a dog not to growl, is like effectively ABA, gold standard ABA. Which is like, okay, great, but why would the dog be growling? The dog is more likely to snap and bite, by the way, if you teach them not to growl. Just saying. A dog that's growling and, you know, it's like the precursor to something worse, right? So actually biting or whatever. ABA is like, you know, training a dog out of growling such that it will bite. And it's like, yeah, because you're not dealing with the issue. Like, what is the issue? What, you know, does the dog not like little children? Does not like cats? Doesn't like that. What's the stimulus? And then dealing with the stimulus, not, you know, dogs growling because they need to communicate boundaries. Sure, yeah. Or a cat hiss, I suppose. Same sort of thing, right? Intervention in medicine means any treatment. Yeah, for sure. I mean, ABA is medicalized, entirely medicalized language. No, the thing that annoys me the most, the thing that really, really, really properly pisses me off and I find very irritating, is that ABA has marketed itself and has become what people think of when they think of supporting autistic people. It's the de facto, oh, you have an autistic person? Well, here is your ABA. You know, and it's like, well, hang on a second. Like occupational therapy is a good example of something that, you know, the ABA industry hates. It's like, well, yeah, no shit. Speech therapy, etc., etc. And I'm not saying these things never happen in the course of an ABA engagement, or ABA clinics don't do good things. I'm sure, you know, because it's humans and humans. Humans can do good things, for sure. Of course they can. Humans can do good things for each other. But ABA is fundamentally flawed. My personal belief is that it can't. be fixed as a business model, as an industry. But it's worth over 12 billion US a year. So, I mean, there's no... Why change if you're making that much money, man? As an industry, I mean. You know, you have to put any ethics to one side for a second. It's not an ethical thing. It's just a fucking, let's print some money, man. You know? So, it just annoys me that they are seen, they have a lot of mind share. It's like saying, it's like making iPhone synonymous with smartphone, which it isn't. iPhone has, like, you know, more or less half the market share. And then you know, Samsung Galaxy, blah, 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 you know, Google's Pixel, blah, blah, blah. Other brands available too, you know, also have a decent market share. It's not that one brand is the market. They are, of course, doing the same shit. They are doing the same thing, right? So it's bad analogy. Don't read too much into it. But it's like, people think, oh, autism, oh, ABA, obviously. And it's just, it's such a racket. It's like, stop it. You get a lot of ABA practitioners calling themselves speech and language therapists here in the UK. Some genuinely are both, but most of them are using the title. Interesting, Chloe. Yeah. I haven't come across that directly myself. It seems to be a risk. It seems to be a thing. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. It's just, it's weird. It's such a weird little, industry. And that's not to say that, the psychology of human animal behavior isn't interesting and can't be, you know, there aren't ways to train and manipulate people or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Get it? I get, you know. Okay. But ABA, I think we can, you know, I'm not really going out too far on a branch here. But ABA seems very clearly to cause serious trauma in autistic people that have gone through it versus those equivalents that have not. Probably the best source for that is from November 2025. There are loads of sources though. I mean, it's not an unusual thing. So it's like, you know, it's a difficult one. It's a messy industry. But yeah, thank you for sharing the video. I appreciate it, by the way. Sharing the video is the only way. When a creator of any type posts a video to YouTube, it spends a couple of days, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, showing it to people who are in the audience already, seeing how they like it, and if they watch it, and comment, like, subscribe, share, do all the good signal type stuff. It shows the video to more people. I'm not asking you to manipulate the algorithm, but it has really helped when folks have shared the video, even to, I suppose, detractors, but detractors tend not to watch the video. They tend to just leave a comment. But, you know, it's a big video. It's a big ask. I get that. Oh, Polly likes this. Oh, Polly biting it. The algorithm shaped me on day one. This first my video I ever saw. Hey, welcome aboard. Yeah, that video really, it was a bit of a drag to do during that whole year, because 2025 was not a good year for me. It will get better now. It's just, you know, that on top of everything, it was pretty overwhelming. That's not saying you won't get big projects again. In fact, the irony is you'll probably see more. But yeah, we'll see how things go. I'm working on 2 or 3 things at the moment, which are all super positive and amazing, and you guys are going to get value out of. But I'm not going to tell you about them because it'll be a surprise. Bruce, not my foot. You want to go for the toy? Yes. He's lying down on his back, biting and slapping away at this thing. If anyone wants to take it, you're welcome. You can play with Bruce. He's he's quite aggressive. You're counting days till spring and the first bees arrive. I can't wait, honestly. I can't wait for the daffodils to spring up. Okay, I'm going to give it to you, and you can attack it yourself. Okay. If you can hear it, he's like beating it like a rabbit. I need a mouse, but this whole desk needs sanitizing. Hey, Sabes. Did you miss out on the fun, mate? Yeah. Okay. It's not favoritism. I'm just sort of helping him out there. Snowdrops are out already. This is true. Yeah. Maybe Mike could do some Springwatch style island walk streams with us. 100% Mike can. 100%. 100%. Yeah, you know it. I've been working on. That's the third time you've done that. That is the third. Stop it. That's the third time she's done that. And it's the same cat. Every single time. Tosca. What is she doing? There must be a pattern. There must be like a route she's following or something she's doing. No, don't touch that. You're good. Yeah, well done. Okay. What are you doing, Tosca? It's this one. It's this one. This is the culprit. Look at her. All passive and... Look. She's got lethal... Oh, I need to oil this chair. She's got lethal camouflage. You know, her camouflage is so dappled and amazing. She would be invisible in a woodland, you know. Oh, Emma. Emma. Emma, Polly, and Lucy, we colloquially call the witches of Eastwick. They are friends, but Emma, that's Ferret. She did nothing. Sorry, you got slapped by Emma there, Ferret. Emma. Okay, I'll give that to Emma. Okay. Right, that's yours. Just enjoy it and behave. Yeah, Jansen, I will get Nina to explain the naming of Tosca, why she chose the name. I didn't. So basically, what happened was with the two torties, I went for Anna because she reminds me of Anna from Frozen because she's got like a little white bit in her hair, right? Because that's how cultured I am. That's how cultured I am. Okay. Yes, Disney Frozen. Well, this is Anna. Okay. The ferret just happened. Psst, psst, psst. Yes. Okay. She. And then Anna named Tosca. I don't know where Tosca came from. I think it's Tosca Opera. I think it's Tosca Opera, but we'll have to find out. I don't know. I think it's Tosca Opera. But I could say it's Nina. And I think Tosca is quite quiet. Like a bit withdrawn. Withdrawn's not the right term. Like she's not. You won't see Tosca like. Well, you will actually when the flies can't start. So, the only time I see Tosca like really present and active is when there's like a fly. If God forbid she sees an insect, she just goes. She goes nuts. She climbs the walls trying to get the insect. She's destroyed the curtains. I've got to rehang curtain rails because Tosca, I think, has pulled them all down. There's just holes in the wall. Walmart's leaving the US? Really? No. I tried to talk about to my cat. He was not a fan. They're too raised up and hard to push down. They are, aren't they? And they kind of clicky. I need to find something flatter that you can press more naturally. Yeah. Yeah, try it. I just got on the news. Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm interested in the Walmart news. I wonder where they're going or what they're going to do, because Walmart is obviously massive in the US. It's a huge... It's practically a public service. Is Walmart... Yeah, Walmart is similar to Tesco. But Walmart has a lot of dominance. So in the US, there's no like... There's not like a huge array of like Tesco's has got like Tesco, Asda, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Walmart is so big and so central. It's like, it's quite dominant. It's like a more dominant Tesco's. It left the US Plastic Pact. I've heard of it, but I'm not fully aware. Does that mean that plastic bags are a thing now? You can take your canvas bags to the supermarket. I used Helen. Your fam sent me some reusable cat bags. One of those is in the kitchen permanently, hanging up with like towels in, like tea towels and like dishcloths and stuff. And the other one is in my bag. I used it today to do a Tesco run to pick up sandwich stuff. Walmart did used to own Asda, yeah. Oh, plastic bags have always been a thing. This. Oh, okay. Plastic bags are kind of crappy trash, by the way. Like they are in the ocean. There's quite a lot of plastic bags in the ocean. Like I've noticed a lack of plastic bags. Like since plastic bags became less of a thing, there's definitely a lot of less plastic bags in the ocean. But having said that, oh, forgot to mention. Glass bottles. I'm going to be a bit contrarian now, and people are going to disagree with me. But like glass bottles. I'm not saying throw beer bottles in the sea, but like it's not like necessarily bad. I can picture the faces and the voices of like loads of people that would be really pissed off at me for saying that. But like glass just breaks down, and glass is like a glass bottle in the sea will typically form a home for like, you know, small sea creatures and things. Yeah, this glass bottle Nina found in the hedgerow, which is quite interesting because we have because the Isle of Man is itself quite rural. A lot of hedgerows are full of trash, and we've found all kinds of things in the hedgerows, like literally from like the last 100 years. There are no lesser plastic toys floating in the oceans, mostly because number one, it sank all the way down to the seabed, and number two, I went and got it. I did. I'm basically Leo DiCaprio, and I went down and got Rose's necklace for her, if you will. That happened. You know, it was very brave of me. Actually, no, I was shitting myself because I had to film and then lost it. That wouldn't be good. Yes. Yeah, this bottle. A weird bottle, isn't it? It's got a metal lid. Don't know what it's from. Don't know what it is. It says no return on the bottom. Oh, it's got fluid in it. Ugh. It says KH 12 fluid ounces. Yeah, and the camera ain't gonna focus on it because cameras like that. Yeah, we got loads of like random trash in the hedgerows. Wonder what it was from. Maybe I had like juice in it or something. Mike, looks like an oil bottle. Yeah. Could be. Could be oil. Yeah. Could be oil. It's molded in two parts. So it's got a line down the middle. Yeah. I might clean it up and just see what it says on the lid if it does say anything at all. Weird. Yeah, Nina found that yesterday when she was looking for chickens. She found it. Yeah, we've got all kinds of weird, things, like little bottles and things. We've got like loads of like Victorian era bottles as well. We've got like loads of Victorian era bottles. I've shown them on stream before, but I'll go get them. I think they're in a drawer right now. And it's like, yeah, we've got some like really ancient ones, ancient little sort of medicine bottles and kind of random things. There's a popular beach in Northern California called Glass Beach because decades ago they threw glass in the sea there and now it's smooth and beautiful. Yeah, that's what happens to it ultimately in the end, is you end up with like sea glass. You end up with like really nice, smooth bits of colourful glass. Collectibles almost. X-ray vision. No, I didn't get X-ray vision superpower. What I got was difficulties making transitions power. That's what I've got. And with that power, I will dominate the world. Once I find it. I once found a Victorian bottle in the garden for medicine that contained mercury. Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah, definitely. You could easily have found that, yeah. Yeah. So, like waste collections and sort of like, you know, I guess in the US you call it municipal kind of waste collections. We would call it local authority, you know. It was not a thing until very, very recently. So stuff had to go somewhere. So yeah, we've got all kinds of weird and wonderful little, beautiful little bottles. Almost like, wouldn't look out of place in like a Harry Potter movie set, you know? Should have rolled executive functioning. I can't now. It's too late. It's not possible to kind of... This is the problem, right? It's very much like playing a video game character. But you're in hardcore mode, and you can only you can't re-roll it. You can't. That's it. All you can do is like try to maximize buffs and minimize debuffs, and gamers will know what I mean. You know, like that's all you can do. All you can do is kind of do your best to kind of get like 2% here, or try and. They're pick once perks, not stats that level up. There's that as well. Yeah, so the perks are just like that, but stats don't level up. Experience does, but it means it's slightly different. Oi, Sabes. No. Stop doing that. There's no food in there. It's wires, pens, bits and pieces, like odds and sods. Sabes, no. This is where the food is. Oh, this is Sebs. Sebs. You're a good boy. This is my familiar. No save points, no start overs, nothing. Not even a manual. You also don't realise that you're kind of playing a game either. And it's PvP as well, I forgot to mention. There's no tutorial. There's no tutorial island. Although the other man feels a little bit like a tutorial island, to be fair. But there's no tutorial kind of zone. There's no, like... You know... You get rolled into, like, a random guild, like your family kind of thing. You get nothing. It's just... Yeah. It's just a pain in the ass. Oh, you're fostering kittens. That's a wonderful thing to do. It's so much fun. It's so much fun fostering kittens. Yeah, Soup. That's where Sabes lives. This is where he lives. Only on this side. Not on that side. No, 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 no. This side, yes. That side, no. Always here. And then he leans over like this. This is what he does. That is where he lives. Right there. This is where all my... That is where all of my work gets done. Or not. This is where Sabes lives. That is where... That is where he lives. I'm down to 2 from 8. I know that feeling. We went down to 3 from 8. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I find interesting stuff in the sea as well. Yeah, I found some interesting stuff in the CD. A trucker on a tight timeline? I mean, like, as in, like, it's been hit by like a truck or something? There's no huge highways here, no. And lots of hedgerows. And the place has been occupied, right? So the Isle of Man has been occupied. This is really nuts, right? It will literally, we'll do this another time. I'll make a stream of it, maybe even more than one. But we can go visit some historic sites if you want. There are Mesolithic graves here. There are, most of the Isle of Man is just dead people. Like everywhere you dig, there's stuff. An old neighbor of mine once found a Viking hoard. As in like gold and jewelry and all sorts of shit. Yeah, even I found like Viking bits and pieces, although he was really lucky. For some reason he rolled very high luck. I don't know how, but yeah. There's just so much like just history, and it's all, people have lived here since forever. Since a really long time. It's been humans here for a very, very long time. And it's a short amount of land mass. And yeah, there's a weird consequence. No Roman stuff. Yeah, Wendy mentioned, yeah. No Roman stuff. The Romans never came here. So it's weird in the UK, and that it's just like no Roman stuff at all. But there's so much history. In fact, if you want a sample of that, if any of you watch Time Team, it's an old UK-based series with Tony Robinson, the guy who played Baldric in Blackadder. Well, and also in Maid Marian too. Oh, thanks, Hydra. You just turned on the air purifier. I don't want it on because I don't want the noise. Yes, you good girl. Yeah, watch Time Team on YouTube. They go down to a golf course and they found an ancient Christian burial. It's actually a sort of a very early Christian burial, but it's on top of a pagan site from much earlier. They excavate just a tiny amount of this golf course and they find just so much interesting history. I've had an order of 60 coins recently. Wow, 2007 or so. Next on secret site, probably an offering. Oh wow, okay, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Feel free to look into. I've got some books on it. Actually, I don't. My son really does. He's a history buff. He has them with him. But we've got books on coins and all sorts of shit. But like, you know, on the Isle of Man, there's just so much stuff. If you have a metal detector and permission to just wave it over a bit of land, you'll find something. You're guaranteed to. Even though people have been doing it for a few decades, that's nothing compared to the millennia that people have lived on this little rock. They've rebooted themselves on YouTube with a new team. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Oh, there's another thing I forgot to mention as well. There used to be a group that came over to the Isle of Man from a university every year to do digs. And I offered to volunteer with them, but they've just stopped. They used to do it every year. So they'd come over every year and they'd find all kinds of things. They'd find Viking burials and urns and onyx necklaces. That's what they found on the last time they came over. Literally like the most beautiful onyx sort of jewelry. You know, all this stuff, right? And like, I really want to see it. And I'm happy to spend a day just brushing the soil. Or whatever. But they've stopped. I forget what they're called. They have social media. I volunteered. I'm like, hey, when you come over next, I want to join you. I'll do anything. I just want to like see what you're doing. And yeah, they've stopped, which is so annoying. They just have to. They just have to come and do that sort of stuff. There are universities that do small digs with the help of the public. Yeah. That happens. That used to happen here every year, every single year. And the stuff they'd find would be incredible. Oh, you want to see Hydra's face? There you go. This is the Hydra. You've got some eye gunk, miss. I will give it a wipe. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You're a good girl. You are. Yeah. Bestest little lion. Time Team did my old high school. Amazing. If you're a Time Team Patreon member, you might be able to go and dig at Sutton Hoo. Amazing. Yeah, where that helmet was found. Yeah, I think it's fascinating stuff. Absolutely fascinating. And I'd love Time Team to come back to the Isle of Man because I shit you not. You put a trench in anywhere and you will find stuff. When extending the airport runway, the dig team found an ancient burial with a preserved plait of women's hair. Wow. Wow. It makes sense too because it had a nice view of the sea. Quite a lot of the sites are of, well, nearly there's so many places of views. You know what I mean? Like on top of hills or... Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Absolutely amazingly fascinating. What a link to the past, honestly. And we've got amazing stone crosses as well. We have some fantastic examples of Vikings. I say sort of pseudo converting to Christianity because, you know, the crosses reference things, you know, like Father Odin and also Jesus. Which is kind of just amazing, you know, of a time. It's just fascinating stuff. Yeah, like I say, like my son is so into it. He can tell you more than I can. I've drawn that helmet. Amazing. It's so intricate, isn't it? It's just, it's so intricate. Feel free to post in the Discord. Sorry, I'm half distracted by what the cats are doing. My friend jeweler got to work on the Sutton who already told me the mesh from some of the items would be hard to replicate even now. And just going to mention the crosses. Yeah, the crosses are amazing. The other fact is you can go and see them. A lot of the stuff on the Isle of Man is like accessible, so you can actually go and see it. You can actually go visit. It's not like walled off or anything. Mike, can you not get metal detector and do your own dig? Sort of, yes. I do have a metal detector. ADHD hobbies, yay. And yeah, I've found some cool things. But I just don't have the luck of my old neighbor who used to go and do stuff. But yeah, we could do a metal detector stream. For sure we could. We absolutely could. Would you? Okay, all right. I'll work on a permission, and I'll at some point. Okay, maybe this summer we could do a little bit of metal detecting. But But it is just super fascinating. I got to go to Derby Airfield, which is in the north of the island, and there used to be a training range there for I think it was soldiers during World War II, or at least Homeland Security during World War II. And a lot of their rounds, I just kept finding rounds, like 308 kind of size, for those of you that are into sort of munitions. There's an awful lot of 308 rounds just in the ground. There's almost more of it than there are stones. That's not that ancient though, is it? An interesting one is there's a bombing range out to sea called the Targets. That's worth a dive. I'm not brave enough to pick up any of the bombs, but they're apparently like they're like wooden bombs. The fins are still available, we're like, the prevailing wisdom is don't touch anything that looks like a bomb. Although let's call him concentrated ADHD. A concentrated ADHD dive buddy of mine decided to bring one back. And I'm like, oh, you idiot. Yeah, it's all fake bombs. But they made some targets out to sea. I don't touch anything that looks like it might be a bomb. I don't want to get blown up. There's after World War II, so to the north of the Isle of Man. So if you look at a map, if you open up Google Maps now and then zoom in and you look at the area between Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, and the Isle of Man. So you'll see a little island in the sea in between the two big land masses either side. If you go to the north a little bit, there is actually a trench in the sea there, not far off. And that trench is where, essentially, after World War II, all of the leftover munitions got dumped into the sea. Literally off the end of a boat. So basically the boats go over this trench and then they dumped all the munitions in there. As a consequence, they wash up. So they wash up onto the beaches, but you also sometimes see them when you're diving as well. And you really don't want to... I'm like, look, I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to see this shit. I want to look at nudibranchs. Impulsive ADHD is so dangerous. Yeah, indeed, Miss Pat. And of course, I'm not doing a diagnosis thing, but also I'm doing a... I would not be... I think I'm right. Do you know what I'm saying? No, the bombs are fake because bombers would have to practice. So basically, they put out like little boats on the sea with big targets on, and they used to bomb them as practice, as training. In fact, that went on for a long time, actually. Yes, the Southend munition ship. The Southend munition ship is super interesting, Jansen. Yeah, in fact, yeah, that Southend munition ship is like quite modern munitions, really. Yeah. It's really, yeah, like that Southend munition ship at some point is going to make a tsunami in London at some point. It's like on all the maps and it's kind of covered over. Isn't there a blessed product called the bomb? There might be. Shall I pitch it to them? Should we brand it? Bomb AF or something? I watched them practice bombing as a kid. Wendy's now dating herself. But that is also kind of fun to watch. I gotta admit, that would be really fun to watch. I think I'm autistic, says Gloria the book lover. How into books are we talking, Gloria? And welcome, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Snail Kitty. Voted for Holland. You should get in touch with them. I think they've got enough ideas, to be honest. They seem to have a plurality of products. Hey, Tosk. You see how gentle she is? So the microphone is in her face, sort of thing, like this. Look, see how gentle she is. She's a lovely, gentle cat. She's not at all like her sister Dottie. Over here, this is Dottie here. This is Hydra, Dottie, and then Polly and Sabes. Tosca is very gentle, and her fur is so soft. A munition ship blew up in Halifax, Canada, caused no deaths till 11. Well, I'm sorry to hear it. I didn't know about that. I can tell you, I've dived on a ship that's blown up. There was a ship in the Calf Sound, so on the south end of the island, there's an area of fast-moving current between two land masses, and a ship ran aground there, and it was carrying all kinds of stuff. It was carrying munitions. It was carrying sort of gunpowder for whatever purpose, and it was also carrying paper, and it was also carrying Singer sewing machines. How strange is that? Singer sewing machines. And it ran aground long time ago. Let's say 100 years. I'll have to go get the dates. But when it ran aground, it kind of got looted. There were locals sort of going to the ship and sort of looting it, of its paper and also of its sewing machines. And it wasn't until a little while later it was being visited by an insurance kind of, team or person when it blew up. And it just, incredible explosion. It's weird because the ship is diveable. It's very large. Wendy, if you're listening, it's about the size of the Ben McCree in terms of like length and sort of width. And it's just been torn apart. It's like the force involved in tearing something like that apart, there just must be extraordinary. Just extraordinary amount of, it's almost unimaginable. It's like a housing estate, or with just like, or a city, not a city block. I think a city block's bigger, really, isn't it? I don't know, is it? But like, imagine like a city block and just strips in half. You think, well. But Wendy, those sewing machines down the south of the island, they're still around. In fact, there's some in shop windows. There's like, they were Singer sewing machines, like little black sort of, you know what I mean? Like little old-fashioned sewing machines. No, not motorized. Oh gosh, no, little black ones. Like I can go get some pictures for you actually. Wait, they're still lootable. Strange Quasar, yes. Last time I was there, one of the divers brought back a few bricks, which had got writing on. Don't ask me. I don't know much about this shit. You can see where the edges of my knowledge goes. I'm like, oh, that's a brick. Okay, yep, that's a brick. That is a brick. Enjoy your brick. I'm sure the rules are, FYI, if anyone's interested, it's the same as metal detecting in that if you find a hoard, I'm not sure how that's entirely defined, but it's a bit subjective. But basically, you declare your findings to what's called the receiver of rec, which is there's an equivalent on the. In fact, actually, on the Isle of Man, it's the same person. It's a judge, basically. You declare your findings. You go, hey, look, I've got this, because it belongs to the crown. It belongs to the crown, right? And then they make a decision as to whether or not you get to keep it or not. But an interesting one is if they say no, you don't get to keep it. They can say things like, you do get to keep it, but it has to go to the museum or it has to go up for auction. So you can find like really incredible things that end up going into some sort of like auction house or journal, And I don't know how long things sit in that system for. Probably a long ass time. And then, various museums can bid on it or whatever. But yeah, stuff from the sea. Hey, Tosca, would you mind not sitting on that? That's a piece of equipment that's not meant for your bum. It's not bum size, is it? Her bum is as big as the whole equipment. Yeah. You see, she's pressed some other buttons as well, which stopped that one, and that one shouldn't have been pressed either. Tosca. How do you press so many buttons? They're hard to press as well. They're like really stiff, you know? I promised my friend Thomas Henley a shout out, by the way. So some of you may or may not know Thomas was off YouTube for a while, and he deleted his channel. He stopped his channel. He's back again. I think he's under a slightly different name, but you should be able to find it online if you look. He's got a live stream channel, which he still has, called Thomas Henley Live, I think, or Official Thomas Henley. It's worth taking a look at. Thomas is lovely. I've met him. He even took me to the gym. The very last time I've been in a gym was with Thomas Henley, and that was over a year ago. Yeah, he's a great lad. I've got a lot of time for Thomas. He's definitely been through some very difficult times, but he is back. I've been in touch with him throughout. But yeah, I hope he's okay. I think he's getting better now. But yeah, he makes content on autism and mental health, and like I say, he's well worth a follow. His content is high quality, and he's a good people. Thomas is a good people's. Yeah, I can vouch for Thomas. I've spent some time with him, and he's lovely. So, I promised him a shout out, and obviously it's not like a commercial thing or whatever. It's just, please go check out our subs. Thanks, mate. Yeah, totally. Yeah. He's decent. He was away for a few months, but yeah, definitely check him out. You can see him, by the way, in a cameo on one of my videos. I think the thumbnail says "Autistic AF hates phone calls." It's about like phones. It's quite a good video, that one, actually. I'm quite proud of it. It is a pity he lost his videos. Yeah, that's a shame. Thomas has been around for a long time in the autism YouTube space. He had interviews, he had one with Temple Grandin, amongst others. He had hundreds of videos. I mean, Thomas has so many videos. You could literally watch him grow up on that channel. So yeah, it is a shame. Quinn's looking for help with the biz. Yeah, Quinn's been inundated, I think, with offers of support, which is good. It is harder than it looks, by the way. Like the YouTube, I just think of it as like admin. The YouTube admin stuff. They could make it easier, like there are so many things. Like when you upload a video now, there are so many forms to fill in. There's like so many buttons you have to click. Okay, this is not the same, but I was in McDonald's recently and I ordered a McPlant. Have you got paint on? You haven't? No, it's just color, isn't it? Oh no, it's fluff, isn't it, from the toy? I went to McDonald's recently and ordered a McPlant, and I had to touch the screen 20 times. I think it was like 21 times to just make a McPlant meal, right? Like, and order it. You have to touch the screen like 20 plus times. And that's just not great user interface. And uploading a YouTube video feels like that, but longer. There's just so much admin to do. Not least of all of the other sort of stuff around it. It's actually how I found your channel, Autism and Pets. Yeah, we spent quite a lot of time talking about autism and pets. Actually, I did a stream with him. I think, was it a stream or a video? I can't remember. I think it was a stream. And it's like everyone wants to talk about cat litter and shit, And it's like, okay, let's talk about cat shit. Ordering at Subways like that because of all the options. Oh my goodness, yeah, ordering at Subways, yeah. Oh, look at that bread. 6 inches, foot long. Oh, I'm just not. I don't know which one. What's the price? What's the difference? Okay, right. Okay, just order like whatever they've got. That's. Do you know what? Actually, their vegan options are really bad now at Subway. They used to have quite a lot of different things they could make, and now it's kind of quite limited. That cuts down your options quite a bit. Actually, the whole menu could change it. Yeah. We've got Subway here. Yeah, same here too. We have Subway as well. Monkey World's machine. Oh, is that like a sewing machine? Ah, cool. Do you know what? I will make a point of sharing all this stuff with you. I've even got a video diving on that ship, by the way, which I might post on Patreon. I obviously still make on Patreon my exclusive reaction content and so on and so forth, and there is no end to that. I'm aware I probably should be polling you to sort of ask which ones you want to see, rather than just like saying, hey, this is what I've done. Have a look at this. There'll be a bit more of that. You know, I'll be a bit more on the ball with planning and things, you know, as in the future, in the near future. I went out Quinn and his idea making a zine of the Triad, but I was... do you know what? I think he would love it, Charlie, honestly. He'd absolutely love it. I think it would be a fantastic... No. Rufus, no. Ginger Cat. Okay, he pressed some buttons that did nothing. I think he just pressed function keys. Okay, I think we're good. Saves? Okay, cool. Right. Saves is going to lean on the journal, not on the keyboard. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think he probably would love that. But yeah, honestly, like no pressure or whatnot. I think Quinn's triad model is very good. It is obviously substantially better than the deficit space triad that it replaces. It actually provides an explanation and a model, which I like. I like frameworks like that, which have sort of predictive capability to them. A zine is kind of like a cartoon almost, but like you must have seen them like explaining something, almost like a poster. Sorry if I've answered for Charlie. I just see this thing on the screen and then I just say it out loud. Ginger Cat drama, yeah. Always Ginger Cat drama. Right, we'll go do 5 mins and then we'll do after party. A mini magazine, different triad parts into characters of mini comic. Oh, that's the even bigger piece of work. Gloria, your channel's been longer than many others. Help me realize and understand my life. That is amazing. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you. Obviously, you're doing all of the hard work there. I might have just helped along with others. Maybe spark something or point you in the right direction. It means a lot. I'm glad things make more sense for you. Harriet, was it the smell that made you queasy or the date that they set up? Harriet got the ick. Dance time. Miss Platt, it's the never-ending taxi driver obligations. Where's my tea? I'm like, where's my tea gone? I'm like, oh, of course, I finished the cup and then moved it out of the room because, yeah, that's going to get knocked over. Bit of cardboard, bit of poly. Thank you again for this video. Hey, Alyssa, am I saying that right? It's Alyssa, isn't it? Alyssa Thomas. You're perfectly welcome. I want that piece of it work to kind of stand alone for a while. I want them to change, you know. They've got a little YouTuber making a video versus $12 billion a year. I know which side of the scale I'm on. But you know, it's not a reason not to do it. And yeah, I think it's a piece of work that will sort of stand alone for a while. I think it's very shareable, hint, hint. feel free to share it, stick it on social media, on whatever. Just, you know, yeah. I do. There were quite a lot of comments on that video about people thinking that I've become a ABA practitioner, a la Kaylin, which is not the case. I never did any of the work. I've also had quite a bit of criticism regarding, like, you haven't actually done the work. What the fuck do you know? And my point is, indeed. But I can start working with children immediately. It's like, I don't think that's the right amount of work. I don't think what RBTs are trained in is at all appropriate. Minus the things like the Microsoft Office type skill stuff, which is, it's a bit Microsoft Office-y, but, you know, like, it's a bit Excel-like. You know, they love their tables and their graphs. Oh, they love the graphs. Oh, line graph. Oh, love a line graph. Oh. But the thing is, I think what they're charting and the data that they obtain drives them to terrible behaviors themselves. And then, of course, there's nothing about the well-being of the child. Yeah, I hope it changes. I hope more autistic people watch my video and become aware of how to properly answer people that are asking questions online, which they are every flipping 2 minutes, about whether or not ABA is helpful. Mike, do I think more supplemental ABA content would be counterproductive? Yes and no. I'm definitely going to be putting out a video, a short one. It's probably going to be a short. Answering some of the more common pushback that I've received. There are certain they're not trolls. They're just upset people, frustrated parents. I've had a lot of frustrated parents push back at me, and of course, there's a commonality between a lot of the pushback. And I'm going to answer some of that. And I think probably a YouTube short is probably the way to do it. I think that's fair. And, you know, I don't want to waffle at people for an hour. I just would like to answer some of the pushback, because I do have answers for them. Ignore them? No. You mean, are we talking about trolls? I'm talking about parents of autistic kids that are. I'm happy to answer the common objections to what I said in my video. A lot of it is. What about, and also well, I can't get anything else. I'm not autism mom type stuff. I consider that trolling, actually, to be fair. I consider like the whole kind of like pro ABA thing is a bit trolling. But there are a lot of people at the loose end that are like 10 minutes long is also fine. Yeah, true. You know, I try and keep things as short as possible, believe it or not. That ABA video is actually like 3 hours long. I actually cut an hour out. That was one where I had to change the camera batteries multiple times throughout the video. That's how long it was. It was like, oh my god, another battery. I even had to like take a break for half an hour while like one of the batteries charged. There was so much like battery charging and swapping out. Polly can't hear me, but I'm moving about and there's other sounds in the room and there's motion and vibrations and. Does she have a blue tail? Oh, this bit here. Okay. Here, Polly. Look, Bobo. She can't. See, I talk to her all the time. The thing is, like her ears, she does move them about, but not like the other cats do. You know how like the other cats, like Saber is right here. He's in front of me. He's looking away, but his ears are kind of listening. Do you know what I mean? Saber's doing I'm going to listen to you a little bit. See what's going on back there. Polly doesn't do that for obvious reasons. But yeah, I think ABA has got too much wrong with it. And the only good I could find in it, short of childcare, subsidized childcare, which is a big component of ABA that I never explored in my video because I didn't really consider it. It's also a bit nebulous and hard to quantify. But basically, the credit for this goes to someone in my comment section, by the way, which is that 40 hours a week kind of matches with a full-time work schedule for a parent, also an RBT, and also the child. 40 hours a week is quite neat from a childcare point of view. And I think a lot of parents kind of do that. It's like, hey, I've got an autistic child. Okay, well, or a child who has some traits, autistic traits. That doesn't mean that they're autistic, by the way. You should look at. I say you should look into it. I'll make a video on it. I guarantee it. It's like, how do you know that 18-month-old is autistic, or quote unquote has autism? They would say. The way you would know is you get usually the mother to fill out this little checkbox, and if you tick enough boxes, 40 hours a week AVA for you, or 20 hours or 30 hours, whatever. And that's kind of like subsidized by the parents' health insurance. And so it kind of becomes like a form of preschool. It kind of becomes a form of like childcare. It becomes part, soup. It becomes part of convenience. Convenience is literally very much part of this whole thing. And I will make a video about that too. But it's more, it's nebulous though. This is there's no studies on this, right? But it just is. It's just, there's a lot of parents that use ABA, and whether they know it or not, they're basically just using it as childcare. The way you know your 18-year-old has autism is, well, she doesn't know he or she has autism because they're not a child, they're instantly cured. Yeah, I know, right? And that's somewhere where we can agree with the autism parents. Because at some point their child ain't going to be one anymore. And they're going to have to find resources online. The other problem with ABA, obviously, is the trauma. So, it's possible. Speech therapy is not correlated with trauma. And some of this trauma is pretty horrific, by the way. I don't really want to end on a downer, but some of the trauma is measured is pretty bad. We're not talking about like feeling a bit sad sometimes, and we're not talking about like being triggered because of maybe a bit of PTSD or something. a lot of the trauma is pretty severe. It's something that the field ignores and refuses to believe. Doesn't even look into it. Risk assessments don't really exist. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm not sitting on the fence about it. I mentioned this at the beginning of my video. Hey, look, I don't think it's, I have a bias. I feel like my bias is grounded in reality, though. I feel like I'm biased in an I'm right, you're wrong kind of a way. I'm acknowledging my bias. I'm going to call it out and go, I don't think we should traumatize kids. I've had some pushback on the touching kids thing as well, in that some kids like touch and like to hold hands and play games and stuff. And it's like, well, sure. But the example I used in my video was like tickling, which I think always crosses the line. I think from a risk assessment perspective, tickling a child that is not, where you are not primary caregiver, or do you know what I mean? Like in a clinical setting or a school, it's a bit like, I mean, the next box along is SA. So it's like, I would rather not be there. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I have police check. I can work with children. No. I'm not going to open myself up to what the fuck. So that's my bias. Some people don't agree with me. That's okay. All right, fine. All right, okay. But yeah, I mean, you know, there may be times when holding a kid's hand is necessary, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, fine. Yeah, understand. This is kind of, you know, understandable. You know. If you're walking out of the ocean, and your dive buddy, your snorkel buddy is a child, and you're holding hands, dude. Like mostly, I'm diving with like, or snorkeling or swimming with like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, and we're holding hands walking out of the sea. It's not. So I mean, there's a little bit of reductio ad absurdum there, which is, you know, just slippery sloping this. Going, well, sometimes, you know, for safety reasons, you have to hold on to somebody, or sometimes someone might, or a child might like try and play with you. They might try and touch your hands or hold your hand. It's like, well, yes, it's not what I'm talking about though. And it's also like, you definitely don't film yourself tickling a child in a clinical setting and use that as an example of good practice. That's like really fucked up, you know? It's like, did no one think this is a bit weird? We shouldn't. We'd like to film this, are we? It's not like, okay, we're gonna like stick it on YouTube and call it a demonstration of how to conduct a session. You know? Why would you do that? The reason you do it is because you're incredibly confident in your position, and you know that there's going to be no pushback and no comeback, and there's going to be no consequences. That's why, and that makes me annoyed. This is what annoys me about the behaviorism stuff, particularly in the US, but it's kind of permeating the UK a bit as well. I think in general, because the UK, we have free healthcare for the most part. I'm not saying we don't have, you can't get autism diagnosis, you can't get ADHD diagnosis in many places. A lot of the waiting lists to reduce them have just been, you know, cut, etc., etc. But maybe British culture, we are all a little bit suspicious and derisory. Yeah, Polly's having a little rest. And we're a bit critical of things as Brits. Generally, we're quite negative in that respect, and I think that might have a protective quality against ABA. And it's like, you what? You want to do what with my kid? You want to do what? You want to do? Oh, my voice is not soothing to her. Not at all. It's because I moved, wasn't it, Polly? You're proving me out to be a liar here. She's deaf as a post. She's deaf as a post. We'll set up an experiment. I'll get her like a metal rods or something and bang them behind her. But she can feel vibration. She can feel vibration. She loves power tools. In fact, I Dysoned her on stream. I vacuumed her once. She loves it. So yeah, so the ABA stuff is complicated. I'm not too worried about the UK. I don't think don't bite that. That's expensive microphone. No, Polly, no. Just fine. She probably would. I don't. That's not something that's going to go. That's not a thing. But yeah, she probably would. She likes Dysons. Yeah, she'll ride a Roomba. So yeah, that's it. I don't think... what? What's that mean? It's on the stairs. I knew there were Tosca's secret snacks. Yeah, I know. They went into this. Nina, would you say that? No? Okay, she's gone. Okay, it's empty now, by the way. There's nothing in it. LIVESTREAM. You're talking about me. Making me feel perceived. Polly's had treats. Polly's had treats. Quivering teddy, them and quivering bears for kids to cuddle to help sleep to help initiate sleep. Oh, she'd love that. I reckon she'd love that. She likes power tools, honestly. She loves a chainsaw, does Polly. Nearly lost her a few times to heavy equipment. There was one time she nearly got mowed. Why is everybody talking about my voice? Modern Inky Cat, welcome. That's funny. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, no. Look, the ABA thing is depressing. But I appreciate your positive words, everybody on the video, and please feel free to share it. Okay, if any of you want to share the video, like, you're welcome to click the share button and share it. Honestly, it's fine. Share it in like autistic spaces probably, but yeah, share it wherever you want. You can share it in ABA groups if you want. It has generated conversation, and I think Trudy, hi, did Mum leave you in here? The door is open, you can walk out if you want. Oh, there's more. I forgot what I was saying. Polly's shedding so much. She's pulling fur off her all the time. Chainsaw Meowsica. Yeah. DIY with Polly. Well, Polly, you saw the vacuuming. We can reproduce that anytime. She loves being vacuumed. It's it's not a nice sound, but not that the cats make the sound. It's just the vacuum. She just loves it. She's sensory seeking, is Polly. She's a sensory seeking cat. Yeah, that's it. Okay. We'll do after party. I have to clean this desk, make a sandwich. Maybe I'll clean the desk first. I need a few minutes to do that. Thanks for coming. There is going to be a video. It might go out tomorrow. I hate to say it, but it is not my intention to offend anyone. Is there a way to film edit where we don't hear the vacuum but do hear Polly? There is. I can mute this microphone. I can do a cheese and tomato toasty. Cheese and tomato sauce toasty. That's very nice. I actually like that, Jensen. If it's a toasty, yeah, I'm down. See, people on YouTube before have been critical of ABA and haven't always elaborated. I think there isn't another video like mine dealing with the nuance of ABA. I can promise you, because I've looked. I've searched YouTube and I've watched quite a few other creators' videos. Some of them very old. I've watched so much opinion on ABA, one way or the other. There is a little bit of nuanced conversation. There was a podcast I came across, which I think is in the sources list, which is on my Patreon. It's a free post on Patreon, so because it's too big to put on YouTube, because there's a limit as to how big a description box can be, and there's more sources than fit in the description box. And the issue is, oh yeah, please remember to like this stream too. yeah. And they were reasonable, good conversation. They were the ones who were effectively my source for some of the ethics content. But there's absolutely nothing on YouTube at all going into detail about why ABA is bad. There's a lot of people saying it is bad. I happen to agree with them for my reasons I've given already. But there isn't another video going into all of the detail. I should possibly encourage the other content creators, the other autism content creators, to dive into ABA as well. I hadn't really thought about that. If you're watching this, one of you, do an ABA video. Make it better than mine. No, Polly, don't touch it. It's a keyboard. Stop it. Yeah, just literally, I you know, because I feel like it's other people should be making some more conversation about it. You know, they should get on and make it. They should go and talk about it. They can take a different angle. They can do what they want. I don't care. I might do that. I might go prod the other content creators and get them to make ABA videos. It'd be quite good if everyone put an ABA video out at the same time, you know, like made a bit of a trend or something. But I just wanted to do it because if you think about it, people ask me my opinion on ABA and have done ever since I started my channel. For the world. Yeah, I just think people should, you know, talk about it in whatever way. There is an angle, isn't there, for everybody? You know what I mean? I'd love to see Meg make an ABA video. Yeah, Jansen. Yeah, me too. I'll nudge her. I hope Meg's doing okay. I haven't seen a Meg video in a while. I've watched a few minutes of one not long ago. I try not to watch other autistic content creators, weirdly. I can see what they're posting, but like, yeah. ABBA is fine. Different presentation. Yeah. I honestly think we should. I want people to talk about it. With respect to ABA video, my goal was I want to impact. Well, I didn't. Well, I want to learn, but I want. She's so good at relatability. We need to clone her. Well, that wasn't Polly because Polly's here. What sort of earrings would go with ABA? Probably ABBA. My therapy is going to be very expensive. It's not a hint, but the drama of the whole ABA thing was just awful. No, all I'm saying is I love the fact that there are a lot of people out there pushing back against it, but they, you know, often people don't know why. And to be fair, I didn't really. And I have my reasons, and I'm very sorry if you're working in that environment. And I know you have your own opinions, and I know some of you do watch my channel and keep it really quiet and don't really say anything. But yeah, it's pretty draining. I will do a bead giveaway on the Discord, okay? Very, very imminently. It's right there in front of me, so it can't be missed. Like I say, the cat's... It is a bead that has been kissed... Well, the packet has by Polly. Princess Polly, Fluffy Butt Castle. I'm going to go make a fresh cup of tea. We'll do the after party at like 1:45, maybe 10 to the hour, whichever time zone you're in. Some time zones are half hours, aren't they? Opinionated? Sorry, what have I missed in the chat? I'm trying to get Polly to not bite this bit of the microphone. It's a bit vulnerable. Okay, let me... She's going to make noises now. Oh, she didn't. She didn't. A bee giveaway. Yeah, bee giveaway. I do spikes for earrings to keep them free. That's all it is. We're going to ship bees. Yeah, just one bee. Just one opalite bee. That is all. Right, okay, here we go. It's time to do the Tosca DJ. Oh no. Some of that has been done already. Oh, my nose. Polly, you've left fur everywhere, including on the microphone. Oh, this is Gibson, by the way. Come here, Gibson. Gibson and Sabre are good friends. Gibson. Okay, he's gone. He's quite skittish. Probably bite the squishy part. The wire part's too expensive. This I don't think can be like. Could you imagine? Just it's just so vulnerable. Okay. This is Polly. Ow! Ow! Your claws. We need to. Well, claws, but back ones. Look, just Polly. So much fur. Right. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay. Right. Here we go. After party time. Polly. Yeah. I need to like roll her everything.